Alright, I'm going to try and move the camera around a little less this video. Hopefully it's less of a headache to watch. But here we are, I don't know, 10, 12 days after intercrimping, strip crimping the beans. The mustard's really blooming now where it wasn't crimped. I plant it in between the twin rows as well, and most of it's shaded out by the soybeans. But yeah, and just kind of looking at the stuff I crimped in terms of how it's dying or breaking down or not dying. And it's interesting. This is smart weed, I think, or not weed, I'm not sure. Very troublesome, but yeah, there's that was what I was just holding, was a dead piece of that got crimped and died very well, completely. And then other knotweeds have a big old kink in them, but yeah, I thought I would. Here's a mustard. It got whacked right there, and up here, and right there. And it's laying on the ground dying. So I think we're starting to feed these guys a steady drip of rotting cover crop. So that's good. Not so good, whatever this is. Those, trying to get a focus on these. Not really should know what that is. I'm sure it's no good, but yeah, looking at the cover crop, how it's decomposing. This guy survived. Got hit there. But for the most part, it's looking pretty decomposed. I think this is a wheel track, so here we got some pigweed that survived. Yeah, but for the most part, I would say it's looking pretty good. We're getting dry now, so I was trying to dig in and find what's going on, and I was in that wheel track, so it was hard going. But where you get close to the mustard that took, there's soil aggregation. There are, you can, but yeah, amazingly we're getting dry now. It's supposed to rain in a couple days, so that's good. But where the mustard grew, where it took, oh my lord, it's just completely 100%. I can't hardly get the shovel in, you know, a few inches over. I mean, it is a wheel track. But mustard also wasn't growing. It's just pretty insane, the difference. So yeah, the amount of gas exchange is got to be just night and day that plants are getting. And yeah, wonder what those dots are from. Yeah, they had less than ideal conditions starting out, and yeah, I mean, with the different weeds growing, it is cool diversity, I guess. But still a lot of beans out here, and they're just hopefully gonna start to... I stepped on one. Poor guy. Hopefully we're gonna start seeing... They already grew pretty quick after, you know, getting their nodules underneath them and whatnot, but you know, that's what that one is doing. Like, once we get some rain on this, worms will come on up to the surface and really start chowing down. So I hope you can kind of see what's going on and don't just think it's a weedy, horrible mess. I'm sure to conventional farmers, you know, congrats on your herbicide application. If your, you know, field looks clean, great. But it's pretty hard to do in organics, especially in a wet year. Even so, I would think this would be worse without the mustard and its, you know, the crimpability. And apparently not weed or whatever the hell this is. Smart weed crimps as well. Not that one, but so yeah. If I didn't have the mustard and was just doing a whole lot, you know, even more disturbance of the soil to prevent weeds, I would have a lot of compaction here. And yeah, night and day difference. Soil aggregation. Let's see if we can pull up. It's just, you know, mellow soil this time of year when it's dried up. This isn't quite dried up. It looks like it has more moisture than the compacted ground and, you know, wheel tracks. It's just, this has got to be good for the beans. And you know, I don't know if you can apply herbicides and, you know, interseed early like this, so who knows. I'm not going to look into it, I guess, but yeah, this is organic farming, and we got a nice soil building cover crop with our beans. That's how I'm looking at it. And you know what? It's going to yield just fine. It's not going to be great, but even with the weed pressure here, I'm gonna get a pretty decent harvest. So looks like not that great from an angle. So we got that problem, but I'm sure the conventional farmers are grunting and harumphing and talking about how weedy mess it is, but it's really not. And yeah, building soil, maintaining the gas exchange and soil aggregation, I'll take it.